Oh, hi. Hi, friends. I forgot to turn on my lights. I got my Nduja today. I can show you guys what it looks like. I got my Nduja. I forgot to turn on my lights. So I'm gonna do that while on this screen. As you can see, a little bit of fuck up with the green screen here because of the lights. Ooh. Bright light. Hi, Protein. So I was talking about Nduja the other day, and I went and picked some up off of Amazon. Apparently, it's a local place near me. I didn't know it. Nduja is a spreadable Italian sausage, and it's actually encasing and everything. But you can tell it's not really good for you. But you literally open up, take a little bit out with a knife, spread it on whatever you're using, usually crackers or something like that, and you just eat it. We're not going to say how much this was, but it wasn't too expensive, but it was more expensive than I thought it would be. I've actually been by the place and I didn't know it. Because that's like downtown Seattle. Fuck that shit. Fuck downtown Seattle. But yeah, it's literally like a bright red because it has Enduya. There you go. Right there. It is a spreadable salami. It's an Italian, believe Southern Italian. It's made with peppers and pork, and then you make it in this. You have to have specific conditions for it, but it's like it's aged, air aged, and then they case it. You open it up, spread it like with a knife, and normally put on like crackers or crusty bread. Carbs. It's put on carbs. I'm eating my meat right now, so. This will probably be like a tomorrow thing. It won't be a today thing. I just got it in. There are 8 servings in this. I could probably go through like 2 or 3 of them easily. Oh, I thought it would have been more sodium than that. It's not that bad. It's got a lot of fat in it. That's the bad thing. I thought you would like it, B. I guess that first stopped me. Fair. Fair. It's fair. I'm just as bad. Agent Lang? Oh no. That's why I have this. I had the leftovers from my macaroni and cheese. That's what I did. So that's where I'm at today. That's all I had. Anyway, let's continue. Langs, you say, little cubs never do know the real fury of the elder wolves. They're becoming definitely increasingly difficult to decipher. What does that mean? It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. That's fair. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills were made with Babyliss ink. They were all of Zengfa denominations. So I heard from Ms. Von Karma. We don't know where the play money has gone. They must not have figured out that was all burned yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. His company's economy has taken a big hit too. Anyway, let's continue. You weren't paying attention enough then, Zerder, because that's the whole premise of this case. It's the only reason Von Karma and Lang are here. Right there. Anyway. Zhengfa is in a financial crisis as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own and the fake bills. Sorry. That's fair. It's not just the money, the citizens are also worried. I've staked the honor of the House of Lang on this. I've come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zhengfa. I pursued the smuggling ring all the way to here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer? Agent Lang, don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh, no, it's I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Kirkus, you fool, you curse your empty brain. Heh, you're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility tonight. End of story. Sheena, let's go. Time to return to our den. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but go home as well. Agent Lang, have a moment if you will. You, Wolfman, the secretary lady, hold it. Objection, pal. Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yep, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, detective. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Sheena, I'd like to ask you something, if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, what are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Lang hasn't touched the Babel investigation at all. So I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first. Oh, Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. The only thing I got going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh, sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end. Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you'll see. Huh, I should have known. But you and I are destined to fight it out here till the very end. It would appear that way. Well, I'll prove her innocence. So let's see what you've got, Professor Edgeworth. Hi, Dave. Thank you for the giant rage emote. We're not raging yet. We'll be raging later. With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel. Establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony? You mean a suspicious person in a coat that she saw? That's right, that person is one of the keys to solving this case. That person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? And what do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Okay, if you could please explain for us what the person you were chasing did. Okay, you got it. I first spotted the suspicious person at the open-air stage on the Babalese side. Called out to the person, but as soon as I did, they ran off. Thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase. For the sake of argument, let's call the suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor. Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babalese embassy. It's a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kochin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Eee! Who's there? Also, how is Dave doing? By the time I turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Do you suppose that was Agent Lang? Who do you suppose that was? What do you mean? Why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness. Nice. Hashtag blame Neb, by the way. Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh, and how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagarasu left through the door, that they would have run right into this person.
Take that!
Your answer is Sheena. Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Kochin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Sheena, who was in the next room over. Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. You see, therefore the Yatagarasu could not have escaped. Just means the creep slipped out before Sheena made it into the hallway. I doubt there was another person in that hallway. A certain detective, Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time? Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Kochin's office from the other direction. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede under these circumstances the door was not a viable route. Here you go, Mr. Edgeworth. You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened. Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yatagarasu could have taken. I get it, so that's what you're trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely. Mr. Edgeworth, time to bust out a revolving fireplace wall explanation, right? Nope, not yet. Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time. A revolving wall on the Babalese side is known to only 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Ancient Lang. Come, now let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Well, no matter. I figured you out already. The only possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. since an eerie picture of said escape routes exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu's escape? Guess Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit at first, I thought the window might be a possible escape route as well. However, we now know that to be impossible. Now, I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be of the Yatagarasu's escape route. Suppose not. Alright, then explain yourself. The shadow is not of the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kay was chasing after. You can say whatever you like in whatever language you want, but there's only one language I'll really understand, and that's the language of evidence. Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same one in this photo. It's in there, isn't it?
Take that!
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yatagarasu heading for the 3rd floor during the 2nd fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the 1st fire. Yeah, way to go. That's twice you bit him in the butt now. We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is, and how the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit we don't understand what it means quite yet. Ha, as I thought. However, the escape route, now that I can answer. Ken? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on. Enlighten me. Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Alabastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge of the Babalese side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Sheena, explained in my stead? Sheena is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call her my boss? Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him. Sheena. You shield me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth. Alright, if you're okay with it, then you have my support. Finally, it's just down to Agent Sheena and myself. Now then, what is it you'd like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babalese embassy? During the first Babalese fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next door over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. And that's all I have to say. But I'm not lying when I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Cochin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good. Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation? No, I moved alone. In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi, is that correct? Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room all by herself? How pathetic. And it wasn't when Agent Sheena tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale? How about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner? Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation, Although I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected. I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation. And you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal. I'm sorry, Sheena. Apologize. I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Sheena. Well, let's put that to the test and see if she's really worthy of your trust. This promises to be interesting.
Hold it!
So you helped with the fire extinguishing effort? I was in charge of the police on the Babylese side, so I helped them with their work. Police doing the job of firemen? You really know how to work people. She sure does. That's because she's an awesome woman who knows how to manage. Guess so. She's always bringing you a business card and a scroll out at just the right time. To prepare everything before I'm ordered to, that's the definition of a secretary. She kind of seems more capable than Agent Lang, doesn't she? At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you. Aww, I kind of had a feeling you were going to say that. Aw, poor Gumshoe. Sheena's just more than just a capable secretary, you know. Tell him what the other things you're good at. Alright.
Hold it!
By the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the 3rd floor of Babel, correct? Yes, that's when the suspicious person was spotted in Babel. And you were after the same person in the long coat I was after. There's no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yatagarasu, because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face. By the way, how was your team's investigation? In order to extinguish the fire, water was pumped into the 3rd floor via the windows. So the majority of the investigators conducting their searches, conducted their search on other floors. Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around lost on the 3rd floor. When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the 3rd floor. And you did that alone? Yes.
Hold it!
So you were in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office. I already told you I was earlier, as I was examining the neighboring room. I heard that girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing it, I immediately ran towards Cochin's office. Wherein you proceeded to arrest her, I recall? Yes, I did. But she was totally innocent, pal. I thought we had already cleared that up. And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now, if the tenacious detective would be so kind as to be quiet. I have to agree. Right now is not the time to take issue with that. Not you too, Edgeworth. But I do take issue with the fact that you didn't see the Yatagarasu, Agent Sheena. The prosecutors of this country are all so strange.
Hold it!
You were unable to catch even a glimpse despite being in the next room? Is that true? I really hate to repeat myself. I'm sorry for the inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, would we? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you calling Sheena's testimony a lie? Agent Lang, I'm talking with Agent Sheena right now. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with your superfluous comments. Aw, you know, I feel kind of bad for him. I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth. Lang, I'm alright. As for you, I think you should be focusing on your doubts on that girl rather than me. And why is that? Nah, bitch. Nah. Nope. Nope.
Objection!
Being in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office is the problem with your testimony.
Not so fast!
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what the problem you're talking about. I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Lang, do you recall the secret we found about the Alabastian office fireplace? Oh, you mean how it connects to the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabasta is the only country with a secret connecting fireplace. The fireplace in Mr. Cochin's office holds the exact same secret. What? Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door or the room, door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall into the next room over. Now do you see? If the Yatagarasu had just escaped into the next room, the thief would have run straight into Agent Shina. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu. What is the meaning of this, Miles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Shina? How did you manage to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu? Or shall I? Your claim that you were in the room next door was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one that Kay saw in the coat. Pretending to be the Yatagarasu, you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran to Mr. Cochin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Shina. As you came back around, after that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace. I know you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal. Shina? Hee 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 hee. Bitch is losing it. That laugh. I remember this irritating laugh. I'm getting chills down my spine. It can't be, but it has to be. Shina, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry, it was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh. Funny, you say? Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are so very strange. Do you think you can get away with these do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape route. That tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose, and then we can really have a battle of wits. For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it's a great honor. Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know. Oh, I know, and that's why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question. Your question? Here's your proof that the revolving wall and the revolving fireplace wall in Babel was used.
Take that!
Sorry, but this is really your honest answer to my question? Yes, according to Ambassador Paleno's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin. Oh. The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, or so they should have been. However, when we went in to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there. Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Paleno said he forgot to. So the question remains, why were the ashes missing? And the answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. And just what's so funny? Ash's proof. Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I? In that case, let's hear your counter-argument. My counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court. Well, to me, we're simply continuing where we left off all those years ago. All those years ago. I have no idea what you're talking about. Doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now. Suppose. Had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap this shit up. In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatakarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our thorough investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. And there you have it, my counter-argument. That's very impressive. She's seen through the fact that I have yet to gather one piece of evidence. What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in a while now. If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest to us. But Okay. Pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. Chase your running to catch the truth. You must see it through to the very end! Mr. Edgeworth, you're right. I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth. With pleasure. Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it? Sheena, please show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry, this will be the deciding match. You'll see. I'm sorry, Agent Lang, but I can't simply allow this bitch to escape me again. Very well, Agent Sheena. Shall we begin? Sorry, my ear. There we go. We did find something suspicious in that clock. So let's go with that. We found that wire in the clock. In the grandfather clock. The grandfather cock that was in the corner. Yep, that's what we did. While you say that you and your agents have finished your thorough investigation, are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything? Well, aren't we full of ourselves? No, it wasn't the Glad Frogger clock, it was the grandfather cock in the corner. Old and saggy, just sitting there. Well, aren't we full of ourselves, standing there insulting Interpol agents? You better not be insinuating that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor. I'd never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire. And what exactly is that supposed to mean? A length of wire. So what about it? I'll tell you what. We found this inside the Babalese embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather cock in Mr. Cochin's office. You found that at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder? But this wire wasn't all we found. We found one other very important thing. There's more. In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there. What in the... That evidence was something you found through that little girl's machine, right? So what if it was? Ah, that's what I thought. Unfortunately for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills? No. You see, so there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence anyway. Sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression. How so? I don't recall saying that there was... I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort. Rather, I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete. And that this throws doubt into the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu. You still suspect me, I see. Alright, then, I ask you to point out what part of my investigation is incomplete. The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Sheena. And it's not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the 3rd floor. Because that person knew there would be no other agents. And it's not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the 3rd floor was because that person knew that there would be no other agents on that floor. Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Sheena was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there's one location that has been yet to been anyone has yet to inspect.
Take that!
The location, Agent Sheena, is of course the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Kochin's office warrants a thorough inspection. Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I'll be the one to decide that. Detective? Yes, sir, I'm on it. I'll be right back after check out that room. Mr. Edgeworth, do you really think that Miss Sheena's the Yatagarasu? Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is. And I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu. But can you prove that she is the Yatagarasu in question? If Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will, then I should be able to. Just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. Experiment? As if that detective has the brains for high science. Wasn't that mentally taxing? I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu. What did you find out by doing that? First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through the door, his coat was covered in ash and Beverly's ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. But is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove. Mr. Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir. Oh, so what are these things that you found? Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir. Got a coat. You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? It might be the one... maybe it's the one from the person I was chasing. That possibility does exist. Agent Sheena, were the pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it? Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Aw. Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now?
Hold it!
These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them. They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission. I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation, but if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say let them look at your stuff, Sheena. Lang. Sheena, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right? I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide. Good, well, let us begin. So which of Agent Sheena's belongings are you going to examine? Oh, the coat! Because it would have ash on it. It would have ash and ink on it. Yes, sir. It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Sheena. The Yatagarasu that Kay saw was wearing a black coat. I'm beginning to wonder if the stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace. No, you have it all wrong. That's what probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire. What about this dark substance around the hem of your coat? Oh, I didn't realize that hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with some soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie? Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. That's the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace. Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. Unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace, which I can. What? How? You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Huh? Me, sir? What did I do? This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I'd been hoping to find the coat that the person Kay saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat. I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir. All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the coat helm is. Oh, and you think you can do that? Oh, of course I can. This dark substance that sullied the hem of the coat? Yeah, oh yeah, we know what it is. It's the ink. It's that fucking ink.
Take that!
Baffley's ink? Yes, this is what will prove that the coat went through that fireplace. According to Ambassador Poleno, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning. He told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again. My point is they spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at that time. The dark substance on this coat turns out to be Babbly's ink. It would prove that you and this coat went through that revolving fireplace as well. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished. But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Babbly's ink on the coat hem. Oh, but I do, and I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds. How? How do you ask? Well, you don't seem to know, so allow me to show you. This is how I will prove that the dark substance on the ink on the coat is Babbly's ink. Well, burn the bitch! We can find out whether it is Babbly's ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're going to prove it is Babbly's ink? Yep. If you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I would appreciate it. Because I will show you here and now what the dark substance is. Sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to cut a bit off your coat. Go ahead, I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway. Now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something. I've got some matches, I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs. And if I could please have one, let's get this experiment underway. The flame. It's the same color as the flames wit crystal oil produces, which means Babbly's ink is a product of wit crystal oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. It was a cheap coat, Zerter. I believe the time has come to clip the other wing. Mishina, you're the fake Yatagarasu, the one who killed my father. It's about time it's about time you came clean, Agent Shina, or should I say, Callisto Hugh. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you? Do I look like the joking type? Oh, good, gay gasp. Gasp! Just for B. Callisto Hugh? Never heard of that name before in my life. That matter of speaking, that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years. You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it. Oh really? And you have proof? You insist that I'm this Callisto Hugh woman, but you can't prove it. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me. The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the dawn of light has arrived and it will reveal your ugly true form to the world. You ugly bitch! Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove she's Callisto Hugh? Oh, I do. It's something in the second Yatagarasu has preserved all these 7 years. Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth. I will, Kay. for we finally have come to the end. We'll prove her to be Callisto U with this and clip the Yatagarasu's wings for good. Am I dropping frames again? God damn it. Are we good? I'm dropping frames on my end. We're not back yet. I'm still dropping frames. Are you done acting up now? Are you done acting a fool? I think we're good now. I hope we're good now. I'm not dropping any frames now. So if it's on your end, it's not me. I don't know when it started acting up, but we're about to prove that that bitch is Callisto U.
Take that!
This perfume, this will prove you to be Callisto U. It will. Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle. This belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means a few of her fingerprints are on here as well. This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I've preserved ever since. Heard from my father, Byrne Paraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one. We can clear everything up if we were to compare the fingerprints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Sheena. Will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test? Huh. Looks like you've seen right through me yet again. Ah, you're sending me the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth. Callisto, you. So you've shown your true face at last? This feeling of thrill, it's ever greater. It's even greater than that time 7 years ago. Sheena, you're... Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man. So you were a spy all along. A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone who's been feeding them intel on Interpol this whole time. Very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Let's tell you, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago? You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu. That's right, Callisto U, that's just one of my many names. But even that's just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu. This time you won't escape, for this is the end of road to you. This time you won't escape, for this is the end of road for you. Fuck, I can't talk today. Ugh. Now come along quietly. You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay. Had you never used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might not have even known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was. Kay, don't. I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father. You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such a laughable honesty. Kay. You let Kay down right now, pal. You despicable. Let go of me, you filthy bitch! You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu. That's impossible, and my father was the one who created Little Thief. Ha! Hey, Edgeworth. Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is? Why it has 3 legs? There are 3 main reasons the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. No, it can't be. Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu? The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Byrne Faraday nor Callisto Yu. But by the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarasu. Huh, how very perceptive of you. No way. The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed. Mr. Edgeworth, I refuse to believe this. Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu knows the exact location of the target object. A lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of the client corporations. Skill number 2. Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. A good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3. The Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. Detective Bad? Yup. Ah! And that's where we're gonna wait for the break. I'm gonna put some nice hot nuts in my mouth while we wait for that ad. It's a scandalo. Chili and garlic cashews. I love me some cashews. Gasps in Spanish. Now that you mention it, isn't that how Jinx did it? Something like that. They have a smidge of heat compared to the other spicy shit that I've been eating lately. least I left you guys with some good music. I do have some ranch flavored ones too, but I want to go through these first. Who's a fan of pork rinds? And if you are, what's your favorite flavor of them? You're not a fan of pork rinds? That's fair. So, Zerder, you hate pork rinds, but have you ever had fatback before? Okay. So fatback is like, they take the skin off the pork, off the pig, and that lives like, that's not where you would find it. You wouldn't find it in a fair. Some restaurants have it. I mean, you might find it at Dollywood. Mate, you could find it at your local grocer if you go look for fatback. Kettle corn is not close to fatback, period. Anyway. And skill number 3 The Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. It's only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind. Because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. You're the third member? You. I've been looking for you a long time, 7 long years, but I finally got you. Why, Mr. Bad, long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Why indeed. It's nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss. What's up? You? Okay. It's over, Sheena. Your leg. Agent Lang. You idiot. What are you thinking, jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she's a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. As long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you. You really are an idiot, you know that. That's fine with me. You should know by now this is just how I am. Hey sis. Yeah? I want you to conduct a full body search. She now might have another weapon on her. Alright, come show your assistant, please. Your assistants, please. Hey, I found something. What is this, sir? Looks like the blade of a knife, but doesn't have a handle. This is a great find, detective. Huh? It is, sir. Let's try pairing this blade up with this handle. Oop.
Take that!
I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon. Hey, they fit together perfectly. This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the handles were switched. I'm gonna go return this Babalese knife now. Alright. I trust that you'll make it there. Make sure that it's returned to Pastor Poleno. I believe this makes it clear who did it, Callisto you. For the only time handles could have been switched is just after the murder. Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. The whole time, the whole time? And down he goes. Switch the handles that took the original blade of the Babalese knife with you. Later you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then went back to accuse her of the murder. That about sum it up? You craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are 2 problems with it. Problems in what respect? What do you think my real reason was allowing her in allowing her to chase after me? It was all so I could capture Kay Faraday. What? Did I saw you using that device? When I saw you using that device at Gatewaterland, I knew right away that you were Byrne Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. So I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Cochin's murder on me. Yep, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight, so I thought to use you, but pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another reason? Haha, yes. Once I had you under arrest, I'd planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yatagarasu. You were going to take little thief from me. 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have, and I had a tough time recovering that precious key. The person who stole the Yata-Karasu's key was Mr. Faraday. You, that incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it? In the eyes of the angel... in the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yata-Karasu is becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment. And why? Why did you become a member of the Yata-Karasu? Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean? The person I take orders from hasn't changed even now to this day. Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Cochin? And the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings? Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're going to tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Sheena? Guess I should tell you then. I wasn't the only one who set the Babylonis embassy on fire. And why did you do that? I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills. But then... that was what the smuggling ring was trying to do, but then why start two fires? Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation after all. I've had my fun, now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait. Miss Sheena. Yes. When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, I should return them to you. Huh, you can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot, Edgeworth. About the second problem I have with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight. What? I'm not saying that that is a sore loser. Think of that as a hint, if you will. Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, Agent Lang. Mark my words, I'm not done here and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. It's finally over, Kay. I feel like I peered into her heart a little, you know. So cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands? The one who thought my father was a problem to be removed. That person's the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring. I don't have that one. Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Gem and Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome. I'll take good care of them for you. There's a bit of soil stuck on the ends of these sticks. I guess that's that time already, huh? So it's midnight, the dawn of another day. Hey Pops, thanks a bunch. You've really done a lot for everyone all these years. Heck to bad, don't tell me today is the day. Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. There you go, B. Daddy bad for you. I still stand by, he looks good for 60. Sound of the wire and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything. That's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, you, the Yatagarasu, were chasing after. The legend of that Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you. Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also a part of the Yatagarasu? As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you. Uncle Bad, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right? Unfortunately, it isn't. Come on, sir. She's just yanking at my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad. Wait, no. No. You're no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, here, I should give these back to you. These are the pages from my KG8 files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office. Huh? Wait, what? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night. So the Yatagarasu who stole into my room was you, was it? Wait, then that means... What? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG8 incident was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday as the prosecutor, and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the eldest sister of the victim in the case.